I want my attorney.
You're gonna need more than a mobbed-up lawyer to get out of this. Where were you on January 13th of this year?
I got nothing to say without my attorney.
Robert Frank, a.k.a. Franco, took 2 bullets at point-blank range. He was dead before his body was incinerated at the fire at his studio.
We know it was you. We got an anonymous tip.
It's McBain.
Christina is absolutely...
No, we don't know anything. We need to organize a search party for your sister.
Don't bother. I'm right here. Oh, Christina.
Where have you been? I'm gonna yell at you later. Right now, I just...
Don't even, Mother.
Get my phone call.
You get what we say you get.
No, if I don't get my phone call, this arrest gets thrown out for lack of due process.
Christina, what is going on? You disappear from... I almost had the FBI looking for you, and then you show up here without an explanation and without a hug. You're
Shouldn't
obviously
you get
there.
that?
No,
It
I
could
will
be
let the
someone
voicemail
important.
pick up, and would you please just lose the attitude? I don't deserve it.
Really?
This is Alexis Davis. You've reached my voicemail. Please leave a detailed message.
Really, no client is more important to me than you are, and you know that.
So important you'd do anything for me.
Yo, hey, what's going on, Christina?
Going on? I'd be the last to know.
Well, it's just we haven't heard from you in ages.
We thought you were swamped with papers and exams.
Yeah, and I just called one of your roommates, and they said that you left school weeks ago.
True.
You are old enough to drive, and you are old enough to vote. But you cannot just leave school like that. You can't.
Sorry, you're right. I didn't leave school. I quit.
Ah, what happened? That's crazy.
I found out I didn't belong there.
Well, we know this is your first time living away from home, and that's a big adjustment.
Yeah, and you started late. That makes it even harder to fit in.
Oh, I fit in fine. I loved my classes, my roommates. I was having the time of my life.
Okay, so why do you say you don't belong?
Ask him. You'll notice he hasn't said much. It's a pattern with Dad. Means he's guilty.
Of what?
Pulling strings. Tell him, Daddy. Tell him how you strong-armed Yale into taking a girl they didn't want.
Christina, do you want to go for a walk so we can talk about this? I don't think we should drag your mother and your sisters into this.
I think the family deserves to know what happened. Don't you? In fact, I'm instituting a new policy. Starting today, everything out in the open. Starting with the fact that Yale suddenly didn't have a vacancy and decided to reach out to a girl they originally rejected.
You weren't rejected. You were on the wait list.
Which is where I would have stayed, Molly, if he hadn't done something about it. God knows how many legs you had to break or how many people you had to threaten with car bombs.
Enough!
Let me admit.
Now! You want to talk about the current situation, we'll talk about that. But don't bring up something in the past that hurt me. So, what's the problem with your school?
My problem is I should have never been there in the first place. You forced Yale to enroll me.
Uncle Sonny, is that true?
Five minutes.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for coming all the way down.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Did Bernie give you the money?
Yeah, it's in my purse, but just out of curiosity, why'd you want me to bring it?
Well, I didn't think the cops react well if Bernie came in and started waving around money for a nuisance arrest.
You consider murder charges a nuisance arrest?
Look, there's nothing to tie me to Franco's death.
Then what are you doing here? What happened?
I think McBain called it in.
Why?
He's trying to take Sonny down. He said he was coming after me, and here I am.
Yeah, help my daughter get into college. You know, there's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, somebody's parents donated those science slabs or put a word or two into the dean's ear about an IPO. That's what you do when you love your kids. She's worked very hard, so, you know, you call in favors.
And we all know what happens when you get a call from one of the biggest mob bosses on the East Coast. You drop everything, you do what he says, because if you don't, you might end up dead.
You watch too much TV.
This isn't funny, Dad.
I'm not laughing,
You have no
Christina.
more excuses. I'm done with all the lies. From the both of you.
Wait, are you saying Mom knew about this?
Oh, come on, Christina, that's ridiculous. I mean, obviously your father thought he was trying to help you, and you obviously don't think so, but why would you put Mom into this?
Let's ask her. Mom, did you know that Dad strong-armed Yale into getting me admitted in the middle of the term?
I knew.
Don't jump on your mother. She was only trying to help you. We both were.
See? She's as bad as he is.
There is nothing wrong with using your influence to try to take care of the people that you care about. That's how the world works, Christina. And it's ridiculous for you to stand there, disrespect your parents, like this is some kind of tragedy.
Christina may be a little idealistic, but it's okay to want some answers.
Yeah, and you totally deserve to get into Yale. You had above a 4.0.
So did a lot of other kids who are waitlisted.
But you're a terrific student, and you're a wonderful girl, and any school would have been proud to have you.
Yale wasn't.
But because they had so many good students and so few spots, we were just trying to improve the odds.
What happened to all those lectures about ethics and principles? About not compromising yourself? Is it all supposed to not count just as long as Dad's doing the compromising? What would you have done if he hadn't been a mob boss? How would you have forced Yale to take me then?
Christina.
Just out of curiosity. What'd you care about more, getting me into your alma mater or just getting me away from Ethan?
I wanted you to have the benefit of a first-class education.
As opposed to interning for Kate at Crimson.
I thought you would get further in fashion or anything else if you had a college degree.
Maybe you're just trying to get me away from my father. Trying to keep me out of the line of
Do
fire.
you expect your mom to apologize for trying to keep you safe?
I just want a truthful answer. For once. So what was it, Mom? What part of my life were you trying to control? Or was it all of the above?
Hey, I can post bail.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
You can read about yourself while you wait.
Oh my God. Did you and Sam know they were gonna run this?
Yeah, some reporter from the press showed us and asked for a comment.
Well, this is illegal. It's an invasion of privacy. Who leaked this?
John McBain.
Christina, if you'd wanted to stay here, hang around Ethan, be an intern at Crimson, we'd be having a different conversation right now. But that's not what happened. You chose to go to Yale.
And you strong-armed a school into admitting me in the middle of the term so you and Mom could get me out of town.
All right, well, look, Christina, I don't really think that's fair. I mean, sure, maybe you don't like Uncle Sonny's methods or that Mom went along with it, but they were just trying to make your dream come true.
They made me look like a fool. I waltz in there in the middle of the year all proud of myself because I think I had the scores, the grades. No. I'm there because my father threatened somebody.
Well, what makes you think that?
This girl, who I knew worked study in the dean's office and overheard them talking about me. It was all over campus in over half an hour. He started calling me Mob Princess. Nobody would study with me. Nobody would return my texts. And if I walked into class, they just stared at me. And I felt like a freak.
Honey.
I'm so sorry. You ruined my life. Both of you.
Hey, look, I think we all understand that this was really important to you, but like, if Yale was something you wanted, why didn't you tough it out and prove them all wrong?
Look, I know you have no problem being married to the mob, but I'm not you. I don't appreciate being made a laughingstock. So I quit.
Weeks ago, according to your roommate. Where did you go?
You're processing the bail payment. It shouldn't be that long now.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, of course. So tell me, what does McBain gain by smearing you in the papers?
He plants a story like this, then he calls in a tip linking me to Franco. Even if there's not enough evidence to get me to trial, investigation is a diversion to get me out of the way.
And then McBain has a clear shot at Sonny. I'm sorry, poor choice of words.
No, you're right. McBain is after Sonny. and whatever else he can get.
Okay, look, I know you have issues with Mom and Sonny, but Molly and I were really worried about you.
Yeah, where did you go?
I packed my bags and I left campus. I didn't know where I was going. Somehow I ended up at a coffee shop, just waiting for a sign. And I got one. He walked in and slid into the booth across from me and asked if I wanted to talk about it.
He who?
So now that this is in the paper, everybody's gonna know.
I know. I went to see Monica, and I told her the whole story, what Franco did to Sam, and that Franco's my brother.
Did you tell her about the baby?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Franco was Alan's son, the baby's still a Quartermain. I wanted to give them a chance to think about the baby and what they're gonna do.
And what do you think?
I think Monica's gonna be fine. I'm not sure how Edward's gonna react.
What about you? How do you feel about the baby?
Monica said something to me. She said that I was living, breathing proof that Alan had cheated. She didn't want me. She didn't want me in the house. Alan had to keep me in the gatehouse. And then she held me. And everything went away.
She loves you like her own.
That was her point. That it is possible. Yeah, I went to talk to Sam. I just keep thinking about how innocent the baby is, and you know, it's not fair for me to burden this child with my history.
So you changed your mind.
Then the reporter showed up. And the whole thing was in my face again. What Franco did and how I couldn't stop it.
Okay, but now that this is in the open, there's nothing to hide. There's nothing to cover up. Maybe in time, you and Sam will work things out.
You're free to go, for now.
I'd seen him around the library. He's a grad student living off campus.
A grad student.
And instead of being a jackass like most of the guys I met, he was nice.
How nice.
Very nice. He knew what I came from, what I was going through.
Is that where you've been these last few weeks, Christina? With this grad student? Huh?
We were working on something.
Yeah, I bet you were.
A very important project.
What kind of a project?
A family project.
Oh, God.
Are you pregnant too?
Christina, tell me you're not pregnant. Please.
When I get pregnant, it will be on purpose. And with someone I love.
Is she pregnant?
No.
No.
When that happens, I wanted to be like Sam. She waited for Jason, and now they have everything they want. I think it's so great that you're having a baby. You and Jason must be so happy.
McBain!
What can I do for you?
You've done enough already.
Christina,
So if you're not pregnant, what's this family project?
Just what it sounds like. A project that involves the whole family. Ours. And yours.
Be specific, Christina.
The grad student I mentioned, he's in media studies. He's had a new idea for a great new reality show.
A reality show?
About us. With me as a star. It's called Mob Princess. Could it be any more perfect?